This is exactly like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Welcome. My name's Casey Neistat, and this is my studio. This is my overhead shooting rig, and it's probably the tool that I use most after a camera when it comes to making movies. And I built and designed this, and the idea with this is the camera's here facing straight down, and the monitor's here. It telescopes up and down. It's like that, so it's just plywood, and then a vise up there. And then it telescopes, it slides back and forth just using this clamp here, so it slides back and forth like that. And then left and right using the same clamp. And then I have this ruler, this measuring device here to set focus at certain heights, so I know how far to bring things up, how far to move them down. I use deli paper here for white seamless that pulls down. All of these tools here are things that I use when shooting on this table, so they're always readily available. This is the black seamless here, and the black seamless is activated if you see this red sort of button here. In theory, you just kind of push that and it rolls out. So then you have sort of a black backdrop instead of a white or the wood. This is probably the latest edition when the air conditioner is blasting and I'm doing like stop motion, so the air conditioner doesn't blow away all the paper or whatever I'm using. I put it's just a window blind. This tape dispenser here costs $100, and I saw this in a science lab and just had to have it, and it's just used for labeling. So it's different color masking tapes, made in USA, suction cup to the table. Anyhow, it's just something I really like. This table is actually a door from a World War II shipping boat that I bought for like $8 or $15 or something insane, and then turned it into a table on wheels. This is my assistant or backup edit bay. So when I'm working with an assistant editor, this is where I stick them. Nothing super interesting about this space, except for the fact that it's as far from my desk as any location in the office. Because when I'm working with an assistant editor, they should have their space and I should have mine. So like in the early 2000s, when everything was going from VHS to DVD, I panicked because I think DVD is the worst medium in the history of moving images. So what I do is I had a Netflix account where I'd get my 3 DVDs every other day, and I would downgrade the DVDs onto VHS. So I'd back up my entire collection onto VHS. And I had that going for several years until they came out with Netflix On Demand, which I think is the best medium in the history of moving images. And that's when this program kind of stopped. But I really hate DVDs. These are bootleg copy of my HBO series. We print these right there. This monitor here is just so motorcycle cars parked outside, you can kind of keep an eye on it. So we're on the second floor here, and these are like 12-foot windows, with the second floor just above Broadway, which makes it really, really tricky to record audio in here because it's so noisy, but it's really good for social interaction. This is really fun. This is just for the double-decker New York City tourist bus drive by a lot. So this is how, hey, there's one right now. Welcome to New York City. Not you. And then you gotta put it away before the cops show up because you can get in trouble with this thing. So all this stuff around here, like pencils, Play-Doh, crayons, chalk, Elmer's glue, and then all of these things, these are all used for movies. They're all used for stop frame animating, things like that. And then when you see stuff like these things, they were all made for a movie. Much like all of the things that are posted up around here, they're all props or animations or drawings used in movies. And it's like, after you put all that effort into making something, it's hard to just throw it out. So if you have wall space, it gets pinned up. So this is like my studio manager's desk here. And all of these red boxes here are studio supplies that aren't out. How they're organized now is categorically. So, you know, like these are Scotch tape and double-sided tape, and the idea is they should have a relationship with the items around them. So Scotch tape does have sort of some relationship with, you know, Dymo label makers, which has a relationship with maybe Staples, which has a relationship with like scissors, which sort of has a relationship with paintbrushes, and then glue, and then hot glue. Grommet gun sort of works with that. And the idea is It couldn't be alphabetized because each box has more than one item in it, but at a glance you should be able to figure out where whatever you're looking for is. It only sort of works like that. I'm still go through every box and I'm looking for something. This wall of pictures here, I used to take a picture of every friend that came by, everyone that came by the studio, and stick it on the wall. But I ran out of wall space and Polaroids got really, really expensive. So I kind of called it quits there, and now it's a little bit of like a permanent installation. What's fun about this though is it's a little bit like, it's like a physical Facebook. Like no matter who comes by the studio, they're like, oh, I know that guy. And that's like a fun thing, but it's something in the studio that rarely gets touched, and I like it. It's nice.